Days of Curtis. Tonight is night 10 of 12 Days of Curtis, and I'm so honored that you have chosen to join me again online tonight. Thank you to all of those who have been hanging out with me since night 1 on December 13. A few of you have contacted me, and I know who you are. Shouts outs and fist bumps and all the love from my house to yours. Thank you so much for hanging with me. And for those of you who have been joining night 2 on, kind of here and there, it's all good. I'm so glad that you're here tonight with me online. So thank you for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about 10 Lords of Leaping. Now, as far as the Lord that leaps, my guess is that this is Old English language that refers to men who dance. That's my guess. I don't have any firm confirmations on that, but that is what I understand it to be. So, as we talked about last night in day 9, you're well aware that I do not dance. That's very plain. Largely because of the house that I was raised in, but it's all good, and I'm over all that stuff. At any rate, I will not be dancing or leaping in any way, shape, or form tonight, but I would like to share with you 10 ways that the Hunt family experiences gifts in the house at Christmas. So, about 10 years ago, it's the night of tens now, isn't it? About 10 years ago, trying to kind of figure out how to, give gifts to my family without spending half of the budget on wrapping paper. So I was like, what am I going to do with all this? I kind of got this song, My Favorite Things, and that one line kind of popped out. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. And I thought, that's a fun little line. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. That's cool. That's really kind of a really classy way to give a gift now, isn't it? But I thought, man, if I could just wrap presents in grocery bag paper, I'm going to do that. That's totally cool. So, as a side step to that, what Morier and I did is we made these Christmas boxes for the boys and for us eventually as well, that were wrapped in their favorite wrapping paper, and then all of their brown paper packages go in that, and then that is their Christmas box, okay? And so here's a little shot of the boys when we first did it about 10 years ago now. And you can see how little they are, and they fit inside those boxes, and it was super cute then. They're not as little now, and they would not fit in the boxes that they currently have. But these are the boxes that we currently have sitting underneath the bench and right by the Christmas tree that are awaiting Santa to come and drop off some presents. And those are 5 places that Christmas presents can be given or exchanged. The other 5 places that Christmas presents can be given or exchanged in the Hunt house is through Christmas stockings. Now, I want to give you just a touch of backstory. My sister actually is an incredible seamstress sewing person. I don't think she tailors clothes necessarily, but she does fine point needlework and knitting and crocheting and just super delicate, ornate, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. And so she had made this Christmas ornament for me when I was little, and I have always held on to it because it's beautiful. And then I also still have my original Christmas stocking from when I was a child as well. And I was looking at those a couple years ago, and I thought, I really want to find some Christmas stockings for my family that would be kind of that vibe, of that era, kind of these classic looking, old school, vintage, handmade looking stockings. And of course, you guys, this phone is just not being quiet. You guys know very good and well that there is not a store in town that sells them. Pottery Barn has kind of what I was looking for, but I don't want to pay Pottery Barn's prices, okay? Let's just be straight. And so I was like, okay, I know who I can get to help me with this because I'm sick of looking. and it's time to get this taken care of. So I contacted my sister, and I said, hey, this was in January of 2019. I said, hey, would you be willing to make me some Christmas stockings, like some heirloom style Christmas stockings for my family? And the first question was like, well, do you have a pattern? And I thought to myself, no, I don't have a pattern. That's where you come in. And so we started kind of texting back and forth a little bit, and we finally landed on a design and some yarn color and all of that. And so that she contacted me. She said, hey, I've got them ready to go. I'd like to drop them off. Can we get together? I said, sure. So our families got together, and this is what we got from her. She handmade these huge Christmas stockings that are gorgeous. They are heavy. They are large. They hold a ton of stuff. And the best part about it is that they are handmade from one of my family members. And so I'm so, so proud to sport these in my house. And now, because we've moved into this new house this year, we actually have a real fireplace that we can hang the Christmas stockings on in the Hunt house. And it's pretty special to hang them there. And so those are 5 other places Christmas gifts can be given or exchanged in the Hunt house. So between the Christmas boxes and between the Christmas stockings, I've got 10 spaces that Hunt exchange and give gifts in our house. Okay, so it's time for my movie of the night. Now, one of the movies that came out when the boys were babies is none other than The Polar Express. And this Christmas movie, I think, is so beautiful because it takes the story and the journey of a young man who's struggling with whether or not he believes in Santa, and gives him an opportunity to see it firsthand. And he has a heart change, like so many of our wonderful Christmas movies, and he comes to a place where he's willing to believe that the gift giver is real. And I love this movie in part because of the storyline, but also in part because of the animation. Of course, it was so beautiful for the time, and still a classic movie. It stood the test of time, I think, in a lot of ways. Another thing that I really love about this movie is I love the fact that there's kind of a tip of the hat to some of those old school, like 1940s Christmas jazz songs in the score and all that. So The Polar Express has been kind of a staple in the Hunt house. We used to watch it on Christmas Eve for a lot of years, and that's kind of evolved over time, but we still watch The Polar Express and love that movie, and so that is my movie of the night. Well, for my song of the night, I want to share with you one of the songs off my original Christmas album called Just For You. This song is a classic Christmas carol. When I was thinking about songs that were important to me or that I wanted to include on the album, this song was almost not negotiable. It was like, there's not even a choice. And part of me was also really kind of like wrestling with this idea, maybe this vision even, if you will, of what it must have sounded like, what it must have been like to be in person when the most supernatural birth proclamation gender reveal party was unleashed from a dark sky to proclaim the birth of a newborn king. And I've been caught with that sound and that vision, and then also just enamored with the truth in that story. And so this is my arrangement on Hark the Herald, Angels Sing.
Angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy
so much for joining me on night 10 of 12 Days of Curtis. It has been my deep privilege for you to join me online live and chat a little bit in the comments and shout outs and all that kind of stuff. As you can tell, I'm a professional musician and I make music for a living. I'd love you to leave me a digital tip or some kind of donation if you prefer. And you can find me on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal as Curtis Wayne Hunt. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow for night 11 of 12 Days with Curtis. We're almost done. We're getting there. Bye.
The herald angels sing.